foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the brothers out there pushing his word, sincerity, and the truth. And shalom to all the brothers and children out there keeping his word, sincerity, and the truth. All right, we out here once again, edifying the elect with the daily bread. Just wanted to go into a little topic that I had been meditating on for the past few days, ultimately this week. Going into, you have to be a part of the process to understand the process. And, just going through life, daily afflictions, going through the different scenarios and situations the Lord put you in or may put all of us in, it's all a part of the process, because what we're coming into is the management of righteousness on the kingdom, in the kingdom of heaven, managing the earth in righteousness alongside Yahweh Shai, under Yahweh Shai. And as it said, which, we can get there too, Isaiah 32, 1. Just get that real quick.
This book of Isaiah 32 and 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment.
Right, see, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And the princes ruling in judgment is going to be those joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, 144,000, ruling in the kingdom of heaven alongside him. But it's a process to get to that point, because we don't just go from waking up knowing we the Israelites to reigning with Yahweh Shai. It's a whole process that comes in between that, a whole lot of understanding of the Father's business that Yahweh Shai spoke on. When he told his mother, Mary, he said he's about his Father's business. Being a part of that business comes with a whole lot of understanding. We have to manage people, we have to manage the affairs of the earth, and in order to fully understand that, you have to be a part of the process, which is why we're at the bottom. This is why we're despised. This is why Esau Edom is in rulership, because we're seeing the earth at its worstest form. We're seeing people at their worstest form, and we're being a part of that process and learning this is not how it's supposed to be. And we're suffering the same sufferings, or going through different, similar situations that Yahweh Shai had to go through as well, in order to fully understand why righteousness has to reign, in order to become those princes that rule in judgment.
This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 11. And he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Right, see, to us, the hopeful elect, the elect is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. So now, not only do we understand what's to come, but we understand the responsibilities that come with it. It's more than just having the wise, more than just having the resources of the earth. You have to know how to manage it properly in order to keep the earth functioning properly. Because we see Esau Edom, he's not managing the earth properly with the resources, not distributing it properly. That's why there's so much wickedness going on. That's why it's so much turmoil. There'll never be peace on the earth while the wicked is in rulership, because he's not managing the earth in the proper form that it was created to be managed. Because the Lord created the earth to be inhabited with life. And as we see, it's continually dying and being destroyed every single day. So it's given to us to understand the reason, how to, the understanding of why resources need to be managed a certain way, why certain people needs to keep, where everybody needs to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments in order for families to flourish and, flourish and, flourish and thrive. And then also too, everyone has a role, because in this society and westernization, they teach you that, a woman can do whatever, be whatever, but that's not how they were created and designed. That's why so many problems within relationships, so many problems within the society, because every order is not established. And that's something basic, a man being able to be what he was created to be and do the duties that the Lord has ordained for him to do.
The earth is out of course.
The whole earth is out of course. And that's coming from bad management, bad leadership, which is Esau Edom. And now the Lord puts us in those situations, because now we have to deal with the same issues that he caused. Brothers have to go through dealing with wives or women that don't know their role, that don't know their place. Children, you can't get your children in order. And for the women, you have to deal with men and such like mine. You know, so we being a part of the process. Now we understand why in the kingdom of heaven it's gonna be nothing but righteousness. You know, and we don't want it no other way.
This is Luke 14 and 27. And whosoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
Right. So whoever does not bear his cross and come after him cannot be a disciple. There's a reason why we have to bear our cross and go through it, because this is all a learning process. You know, we know that this is not gonna be forever. Even when you go through school, you go through each grade level, learning everything. It may seem like it's a long process when you start the year out, because you know you got a whole year of learning, of hard work you got to put in, sacrifices that got to be made, the projects and time. You know, it might be other things you want to do, but in the end, when it's all said and done, when you get through going through that school, it was all worth it, because now it's going to benefit you in your life. You know, it's going to benefit you in the next stage of your course. And so that's the same way what we're going through right now, being a part of the process. You know, it was necessary for us to be at the bottom, you know, because now we can see everything clearly. Now we understand, like the brother has, you know, the brother said before, we're not curious in sin anymore. You know, we don't want to explore the gods of the Moabites or the Ammonites or be a part of their culture anymore, because now we know that our culture is what's going to thrive, you know, make the earth thrive.
And you made a point dealing with that precept in Matthew where it said, you know, to you is given the mysteries of the kingdom. You know, and when you go into that, kingdom means rulership. You see, and for the longest, our people, when you go from plantation Christianity, they look at the Bible and all they look at the Bible is survival. But no, the Bible is a book of rulership. You know, that's like the history you always go into. I've been meditating on that. That's why the Lord had it to when the Bible was translated by King James and those scholars, Jake was in rulership. You see, like that Bible was translated from men that was in rulership. So the Bible is a book about rulership. So if you don't understand rulership, because a Christian pick up a Bible and all they can get out of it is forgive everybody. But then when you're a part of the process, you understand when we read the Bible, okay, rulership, righteous rulership. This is what this thing now you start thinking about inheritance, having a good name, you know, because why? The Lord has brought us into, all right, the mysteries of rulership, man, you know? Yeah.
And then you also learn how to maintain it as well, because every nation, every kingdom on the face of the earth has failed. They have all lost that rulership, lost that power. And so with the Bible, with the law, statutes, and commandments under the guidance of Yahweh Shah, you know, Yahweh Shah, it teaches you how to think like a king. And it teaches you how to maintain the earth and keep it forever. That's why I said, that's why Yahweh Shah's kingdom will never fall. Because Yahweh Shah, those that think just like him, those that will be ruling with him, all to have the same mindset on learning where they know how to maintain.
Yeah, the same way that sin brings forth death upon man, sin and wickedness bring forth death upon the kingdom. So if Yahweh Shah's kingdom is going to be completely 100% righteous, it'll never fall. You know, so that's another point going into what the other Israelite groups are talking about on how Esau Edom is going to rise up in this rebellion in the kingdom of heaven. No, it's not going to happen.
This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 13. For if thou hast walked in the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, thou shouldst have dwelt in peace forever.
Right. Thou shouldst have dwelt in peace forever if you walked in the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, because it teaches you how to live peaceably among men. You know, it teaches you how to, first and foremost, have your society ran in peace if you keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, you know. Now, there won't be no, how we see violence in the neighborhoods, you see poverty in certain areas, but then you got the rich in other areas, how Esau Edom purposely put us in these low conditions and purposely watched us, you know, and put the guns and the drugs in our neighborhoods and watched us destroy each other, you know, where he can sit back and not even have to really take part in it no more. You know, it won't be none of that, you know, because what the kingdom of heaven is going to establish is peace across the four corners of the earth. That's why the scriptures say of the increase of his government, and there will be no end, and peace as well, you know, because order will be established across the four corners of the earth, and then the other nations, with the exception of Esau Edom, they will all be able to be a part of it, and they will understand why it has to be this way.
That's why in the book of Daniel, man, all the different kingdoms, the Babylonians and all them, that's why the Lord said he set them up kingdoms to bring them down, because those kingdoms, though they was powerful and they was ruling, and set up by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, those kingdoms gonna actually, you know, of the Most High's heart, man, because they was heathen nations, man. So the Lord just showing you, as the brother going to, how the Bible is about kingdom and kingdomship. It shows you if you're not of the Lord's people, man, the Lord is not dealing with you. You can have a kingdom, but it's not going to be everlasting, man. That's why when it's all over and done, the only kingdom that's going to be eternal is the kingdom of heaven, run by Yahweh Shai, the King David, the 12, and the remaining of the 144, man, because those are the Lord's people.
That's a strong point you said, because when you go into like Matthew, the 4th chapter, when Satan showed Yahweh Shai in that hologram form of those kingdoms kept coming out the kingdoms because they had an end. You know what I'm saying? The kingdoms kept coming, they had a fucking end. But he never got to Yahweh Shai's kingdom because, why? Because Yahweh Shai is not after his heart.
I want to say this too. For you Edomite, you had plenty of time to rule. You had the Romans, you had the Greeks, and you got America. You had 3 times, you got 10 times to rule. So your time is up. It's over. So everybody can say the law ain't fair. The law is fair. Everybody had the chance to rule. Edomite, you had 3 chances to rule, and you did it. You fucked it up. Each year time you fucked it up. So when we get the kingdom, we know what not to do. All right. We see all the bullshit that happen. We see what not to do and what to do. So if people can't say the law ain't fair. The law is fair.
Because in order to know righteousness, you have to know wickedness, man.
Yeah.
So although our people was hard-headed, stiff-necked, in a sense, we still had to play the background to witness all this wickedness, man, over the time. So therefore, we gonna know through the Spirit how Yahweh Shai how to truly rule, man.
That's right. And not only to see it, but to actually be a part of that process too. Because to be a judge, you gotta have experiences on both sides.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's another reason why Adam was kicked out of the garden, because he only knew one way. And eventually that trickled down to us having a stony heart. But we needed that second Adam to return into perfection. Right? That's something for you, because you said the other nations was going to be a part of it, right? This is Isaiah 2:1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
Right. See, the government and the kingdom of heaven is going to be established over the 4 corners of the earth. All these other government, all these other nations and their power structure, they're going to lose it. You know, that's what the Lord is coming back to do, to destroy all their power in the earth. Because everything about these other nations is corrupt. You know, it's not according to the standards of the Lord. So he's coming to bring all that low and establish the kingdom of heaven, which is this, you know, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, our culture. You know, that's what it is. The Lord is going to basically push the vibration of the Israelite across the 4 corners of the earth. And all these other nations, whether they want to or not, they're going to learn our ways and our culture. But in the end, they're going to understand that this is a much better way of life than everything else that they've experienced. You know, and like the brother said, Esau Edom, he has had 3 different chances to rule the earth. And every time it spiraled the earth more and more out of chaos into destruction, you know.
Verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come you, and let us go to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the Most High Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem.
What's that, Proverbs 29:2? The way of the righteous, here it comes.
And this Proverbs 29 verse 2, and it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Right, so when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. This is what the other nations going to come to the conclude to understand, that the righteous, the Israelites, we are in need to rule over the earth, you know, under Yahweh Shah, because it's going to be so much better, you know, than what it is right now. Esau Edom, the way he ruled the earth, like we see it to this day, it's leading everyone to their death and destruction. You know, the end of the world is what everybody understands, but it's not going to be the end for the nation of Israel. This is really our time to shine, you know, our beginning, right? The end of Esau is the beginning of Jacob, you know. So when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, and now they're going to understand that we need to be in rulership, you know. But see, right now, it's still under Esau Edom's vibration. He still has the upper hand, but he's losing that power. It's a power struggle right now. He's losing it on all fronts.
It's the book of Acts chapter 1 verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? So our forefathers, they was concerned about rulership. You know, when Yahushua was on the scene, they thought he was going to take down the Romans and set up the kingdom of Israel then. You know, that's why when he went back, you know, you had a lot, you know, of the believers, they was kind of sad, you know, but there wasn't the time. You know, Yahushua had to explain to them there wasn't the time of the kingdom. You know, in fact, when you read down, it says, and he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times of the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth.
Right.
So we're actually getting the end of Esau's rulership and the beginning of Jacob's rise.
Yep. And we had to take part of that process. You know, the ministry, you know, we had to continue on doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. There's a lot of understanding that had to come with, you know, doing the work until the time of the kingdom of heaven comes. You know, it's a big part of work that had to be done, you know, because Yahushua understood that this is not the end right here. You know, I come to do the first portion of my job, and he's going to come back and do the second portion in this lifetime. But in a part of that, you know, with doing so, we had to be a part of the whole process of suffering with him, so we may reign with him. You know, the whole world had to understand that the word, well, you know, the word had to go out throughout the four corners of the earth. Then the end should come. We had to see Esau Edom amount to wickedness at its peak. You know, we had to see the earth in the worst form possible. You know, and that's all a part of being a process, because we experiencing the repercussions of his bad decisions. You know, his bad leadership. We're reaping the repercussions. So now that we see the worst case scenario, now we're in the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna have all possible, positive case scenarios. You know.
And you think about, like, nobody don't really respect somebody until they really got out the mud.
Right.
You know, you think about in this rap culture, the most, like, the people they really give that credit, so they heed to the people that really moved through that struggle. You know what I'm saying? Through the, you know, the grind and stuff like that. They tore through it. So Lord willing, when we make it on the other side, our people gonna be looking at us and be, you know, what's a good word I want to use? Just be
They're gonna have a high reverence.
yeah, high reverence, exactly. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna venerate us to the next kingdom to come, because we actually went through it and we actually got on the other side, Lord willing.
Run against all odds. Like you say, even in sports, you know, it's highly respectable when the underdog, you know, defeats, you know, the superpower. You know, so that's how it's going to be in the kingdom. You know, it's going to be known that these men, you know, went against all odds with just faith. You know,
Still overcame through the spirit.
yep.
You know?
You know,
That's true, because like you said, when the underdog, when he defeats somebody that's a big name or a great person, now everybody's interested in his story.
Yep.
You know, you start seeing interviews, you start trying to understand what it is that he went through, how he anticipated, you know, how he felt during the process leading up to the, you know, his victory. You know, everyone is interested in his story, so you know, just back and forth.
How you prepare for it.
Yeah, how you prepare for it.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, like, we was watching a video at the crib about that school Stephen Smith, how they beat this powerhouse Duke in college basketball some years ago.
oh yeah,
You know, Duke at that time frame was like the #1 seed.
yeah.
So nobody expected this underdog to overcome this big powerhouse school. You know, so that's how people looking at us through the spirit. We overcome and Goliath through the spirit. You know, that's been those house of David. I got one right here for y'all. That's right. And this Galatians 6 and 15. For in Yahushua neither circumcision availeth anything, nor uncircumcision, but a new creature, according to it being transformed to a new mind. And as many walk according to this rule, peace be on them and mercy, and upon the Israel of the Most High. And that rule goes to that standard. And that's what we're following right now, that certain principle that Yahushua wants us to go through. All about on that road to Yahushua, you're going to go through different type of you know, bumps and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it at the end. That's the end result. And a part of the end result, you got to go through that process of various changes, you know?
Right.
I got appreciate it.
I I was just gonna say, I think it was a quote that you had. You know, I always look at your quotes, but it had said growth is an uncomfortable process because you've never been there before. You know, so going through that growth, because this is what we're going through right now, that growth, because we're finna literally become the next rulers of the earth, and that's a major jump from where we at right now, being at the very bottom slaves to calling the shots over the earth along with Yahweh Shah. You know, that's a major jump. But that growth process, which is the process we in right now, being a part of the process, it's an uncomfortable situation, you know, because different scenarios is preparing us for that. You know, when you start looking at what you go through, because you know we can all look at it on a surface level. We don't want to experience or go through things, but when you have a different perspective at how you look at it, that's really what the Lord wants you to do. You know, look at the earth and what you go through and the decisions being made with a new perspective. And that's how the kingdom of heaven is going to be established on a whole different wavelength, because now we have a different perspective versus how the other nations, especially Esau, Edom, looked at it.
This is Sirach chapter 11 and verse 5. Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of has won the crown.
And that's the position that we're in. And no one's thinking of us as the next rulers of the earth. When you go into geopolitics, you know, and talk about China, you know, being the next #1 economy, all right, Russia, okay? You hear those names, all right? Those other nations over there in the east. But you don't hear, you know, Saudi Arabia, you know, talk about what they got going on. But no one's considering, all right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to be the next to rule the earth. Because why? They're not a part of the process. You see, we got the scoop. You even go to the stock, you know, what they call the inside trade. When you have the scoop on what's going to happen in the market, so you start, you know, investing according. Well, through prophecy, guess what? We inside trade, and we're investing in the kingdom, you know, because we know what's to happen next. So just as the brother Lesson getting into, you know, you're not gonna understand our decision making because you're not a part of the process. So it's gonna seem foolish unto you, as the scriptures say. You know, the preaching of the cross to them that perish is foolishness, but unto us it is the power of the Most High. You know.
These elites, man, they know that we up next. They know, but if they say that too, they also admitting or confessing that we are the Lord's chosen people.
Yeah. And like you said, bro, like these people within the world, they can be able to manage like these football teams.
Yeah.
Like you put this player right here in this position, this be a better team. Or a coach right here.
Yeah.
But they don't ever try to think about managing the very same earth that they breathe in. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to handle those type of affairs. So,
like the brother just said, they even the elite starting to come out and say like we are chosen people. I was thinking about this a few days ago. I always stumble upon it every now and then. Like before somebody, like when wicked people hit their deathbed or before they die, they always end up telling the truth. Like the lady with Emmett Till, the man that killed Bob Marley, they always tell the truth when they know they about to get up out of here. It's just like you just said, they know their time almost over. So they go ahead and say we the chosen.
The second Ezra chapter 7, starting at verse 7, the interest of is narrow. And verse 6, there is also another thing. A city is built and set up on a broad field and is full of good things. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left deep water. And when one passed between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be one man go there at once.
Right, and this is symbolic of the kingdom of heaven and the trials and the situations you got to go through in order to get to it. You know, being a part of the process to understand the process, because again, the Lord's not just gonna give us a kingdom and not the the mindset to manage it and understand how the decisions we make, how it affects those under us. You know, because again, because the earth was meant to be, to be inhabited, to be, lived in. It was meant to be inhabited. So we're not gonna be making decisions that's gonna destroy other people at our expense, to benefit us. We're gonna be making decisions that's gonna be benefiting the whole earth, you know, the other nations, they're going to benefit from our wise decision making. So we have to be a part of the process.
If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Right, so if we never go through the process of understanding why we have to manage the earth in righteousness, it's not, the Lord was not just going to give it to us, because we will lose it again. You know, we'll be making unwise decisions. We're not going to follow in the same footsteps that these other nations have followed in, you know, that they have walked in, you know. So now, because the shoes that they were trying to fill were too big for them. So now we have to live up to the expectation of Yahweh Shem Shah. And that's why we're going through the process, so we can understand the process.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shah. We're gonna set up a second. Speaking over it real quick.
You looked at it?
Oh, fit on that, bro.
Say it one.
That's cool right there. Okay.
Yeah, it's on you, bro.
Shalom.
Praises to
Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem,
apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers teaching the truth. This is going to the instruction. Sorry, Revelation 18 chapter, because look, this thing is getting close, extremely close. And I was watching the apostles on yesterday, and through the spirit, Apostle Tahar feels that we have like months left. Now, that could be 15 months, 20-something months, but at the end of the day, destruction is right around the corner. Get Amos 5 and 17, bro. Amos 5 and 18.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 18, starting at verse 7. How much she glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her.
That's America. And America will be judged for living and portraying to be this perfect role model. But at the end of the day, she taught these other nations what? Porter. Leading them into what? Spiritual fornication. All right, and her main target is not only these other nations, but the Israelites. Because Esau knows that once Israel comes back into a spiritual fruition, what happens? Their kingdom will be destroyed. And that's what they don't want to happen. But they never factor in who? The elect. Right?
For she said in her heart, I sit a queen.
Right, because no one has ever attacked America, and all these wars, so-called incidents that has happened on the soils of America is what? False flags. You know, you have America doing that to America, not these other nations, right?
I sit a queen, and I'm no widow,
Right.
and shall see no sorrow.
Right?
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
And her plagues is what? Nuclear destruction. Somebody get Isaiah 9 and 5. Nuclear destruction. Just to prove that point. You have something?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bring out what you got here.
This is Jeremiah 51 and 8. Babylon. Oh no. Yeah, no. This Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Yahweh Shah hand.
Golden cup meaning what? Having that leadership role, right? Because gold is what? That solidifies that you're number one. Right? When you're in the Olympics, you're going for what? The gold. So when it comes to wickedness, America has led or been that number one role model to lead these other nations into wickedness. Go ahead, bro.
And that made all the earth drunken.
Right?
The nation have drunken or wine before the nations are mad.
Right, and wine also goes into what? Love potion, right? Like what? Democracy, westernization, Christianity, and so on and so forth. You know, you got these other cultures leaving their ways, and they're trying to assimilate to the ways of America.
Equal rights.
Equal rights, right. Equal rights and things of that nature. Because at the end of the day, America installs what? A puppet government, and that puppet government pushes the ways of America on their people, right? All for the bad. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
And the reason why the scripture states that Babylon is suddenly falling is because of what? It's only going to take the Most High 1 hour to destroy America. Gone in 60 minutes.
How for her? Take the bomb for her.
Right, because bomb's supposed to heal something. But guess what? This bomb is nothing anyone can do to prevent this catastrophe that's coming upon America.
And that catastrophe is complete and utter destruction.
That's right, bro.
Take bomb for her. Bang. If so, she had maybe healed. Verse 9.
Oh my God, my America, my Babylon. You know, hey, they gonna want so badly for the reversal of the decline of this place, man. They're gonna do everything under the sun possible. You know, even right now, the economic collapse. They constantly raising debts, the debt ceiling.
Right.
Just trying to just please let us get one more year.
And basically, you know what they're doing? They're basically kicking the king.
Kicking
Kicking the king down the road. All right, they kick that motherfucker again. That's all they doing. Just keep this bitch moving.
And can I back up Elder
Oh, go
Brown?
ahead.
And this is Revelation 18:9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
You know what bewail means? They're gonna cry out. You know, you know the story you used to tell about the Israelite guy. He's like, my God, my son. They was like that, just the same way about this place, man. You know, but the elect of the Heavenly Father, those that are seeking the salvation of Yahushua, looking for His coming, looking forward to it. You know, actually, you know, they're going to rejoice and be glad. The same way our forefathers rejoiced at the destruction of Nineveh, because it was prophesied against during the time of the prophet Jonah, and then the Heavenly Father had mercy upon it, right? But then later on in time, it was ultimately destroyed. And who's that? Tobit?
Yeah.
Tobit rejoiced in it. Why? Because it was a wicked place. And when you look at the society in today's time, it's a very evil, dark, and wicked place, man. And it captivates those that are weak-minded and not spiritually strong. You know?
Can I read a little more for you? Back into Revelation 18 and verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is your judgment.
I mean, look at their Navy, their Air Force, their military, their Army, right? Their Navy SEALs, their Marines. Man, it was a powerhouse. Their Rangers, their sheriffs, their slave catchers, right? Their thumb over those diggers, right? They had everything down to a T. How could this possibly be? It's the Spirit of the Heavenly Father. And the prophets are prophesying and telling you the things that are for to come are not so good for this place due to the continuous neglect of the Heavenly Father's laws, statutes, and commandments. And it's gotten so bad now to where Esau has ruled for so long, it's just like a couple, a wicked couple who's been together 15, 20, 30 years. They done everything possible. So now the kinky stuff is come, right? The kinky stuff and the weird stuff comes. Like Will and Jada, right? With Babylon, with America, the rulers of this place have been in rulership for so long, and as you mentioned earlier, on the other side, you know, you had the Romans, you have the Greeks, you got Babylon the Great. They've been in rulership for so long that it's not normal to just be a king. It's not normal to just have Congress and a president and just have good citizenship. They've gone to the kinky stuff, which is the dark side. You know, now they're allowing me, if I decide to walk into a facility and say, hey, it's me, Bun, but you know, think about changing that, right? Think about becoming something a little opposite of that, right? They've given us that range and liberty, and that's wicked. So when the Heavenly Father says that the sins of this place have reached unto the heavens, that's one of those particular sins. Just one.
That's why Esau's fate is going to be as of America, man. As America going to be utterly destroyed, burnt to a crisp, you know, never inhabited again. Esau has to meet that same fate, man, because of, like the brother's going to his wickedness, man. It's just, it's beyond repairable, man, other than being utterly destroyed, rooted out, where his seed line has to go. The seed line has to go, because if it don't, it's gonna continue to start growing again, you know? So the Lord has to give it the same fate that he give America, man, because America, his wickedness and filthiness it's so rooted into this place. The Lord don't even want nobody to inhabit it again. Even though it's been purified by fire, he still don't want nobody to step grounds on this piece of shit, man. It's gonna be a memorial of what would never be again, and the consequences thereof.
And he showed us that in the past with Sodom and Gomorrah and the surrounding cities.
Yep.
You know, he showed us the fate of those that live wickedly.
Yeah, yeah.
But for some reason, people think that this place is the exclusion of that.
The end all be all. And this is Isaiah 34 and verse 9. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. Right? And this is the point.
It's gonna be a memorial, a monument of judgment for wickedness for generation throughout generations, man. You know, this place is gonna be a eternal reminder of wickedness and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh.
That's a beautiful point, an eternal reminder. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. Well, and these are your new tenants of America.
Right.
The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out on it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. And like you look at a fucking map and you see how Mississippi separates from Alabama. You can see where Louisiana is. You can see where Kentucky is. But after this aftermath of the destruction of America, you're not going to be able to tell where America is like. You're not going to be able to tell where Kentucky was once, where America was. Let's say where Louisiana was at, where Mississippi was at, where Alabama was at, where Florida was at. That's the line of confusion.
It's not gonna be a defined state line any longer.
That's it.
You know, a good point on that, on how the Mosai says that there's no new thing under the sun.
Right.
So this is the second death, right?
Right.
During the first death, the earth was together.
Damn.
Yeah. After the flood came, there was a separation. Then you got North America, South America, Asia, so on and so forth. So now Babylon the Great is together. You got the so-called 50 states together. We don't even include Puerto Rico and Hawaii. That was some Edomite stuff. But you look at the landmass in its entirety, like you said, it's cut off and divided right now. You know?
That's a really
I got something.
Go ahead, brother.
You know this about this land. This is it's numbers. It's number 35, 33. So you should not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defiled the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
So not only America has to be destroyed, but the Edomites' blood must be spilled in order to cleanse this land.
It goes like what you just said. The same way that this land's fate is, we saw Edom's fate has to be. Spirit back to road.
Verse 34. Defile not therefore the land which you shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I Yahweh shall dwell among the children of Israel. And like I said, Gad was over here, and Esau did all kind of wicked shit to them, murdered them. He didn't kill them; he murdered them. They plotted to get this land. Right? But guess what? Your blood got to be spilled.
I got a quick one for you. Genesis 9:6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed.
Hey, that's eye for eye. Eye for eye, that's it.
But Esau tell you that on me. When that shit falls on you. But the scripture said eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Like when
Esau Edom tried to combat that and say, and say that he asks us, you know, who gave us a master? God gave us a master. Who set us up over you? God set you up over us. You know, he tried to bring us down like that. You know, but like to your point, to take away the validity of this.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, because this would cause, what do you call it, an uprising?
Mhm.
The same way Nat Turner did.
That's right.
Yep.
You know, but it would have been on a massive scale. You know, imagine 200 slaves out here in the field with 2 or 3 taskmasters. They would have overcame them and ran up in the house and ransacked the place. But of course, the time wasn't imminent, right? You know, but the prophecies had to come to pass. You know, but just that understanding is still valid.
And you know it's all prophetic because you have one white man.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying, on a plantation, let's say 4. You know, you got one white man inside the house, you got 3 on horses, and you got about 50 slaves. So it has to be something spiritual to stop that uprising. And like the elders saying, prophecies had to be fulfilled, man.
And that's why and that's why Esau was so headstrong on keeping Jake from reading, learning how to read. Because if they didn't know how to read, they got to take it, you know, as it is when he bringing out in the scripture, manipulating it and using it to his advantage to you know, saying dictate what he want to do. You know.
And that was real powerful too on what Esau Edom did, because people to this day still think that we are uneducated, illiterate, you know, Down syndrome babies. You know. So that, you know, that's a heavy imprint of it wasn't systemic then, but that was a grandeur push of hatred and racism against the children of the Heavenly Father.
So you got me, like I say, you gonna get what you deserve. You gonna reap what you sow. It is what it is. Esau expected that he could do all this shit and nothing gonna happen to him.
Yeah, man. And Esau have done so much, man. I mean, we only know a very small portion of what this nigga have done, man. I learned a few years back that it's a part of New Jersey that they built like a part of a city or an area over a mass grave, man, of Jakes, man. You know, this nigga, man, he has, I mean, we don't even know the account of slaves when like slavery was so-called abolished, you know, because my mama had even told me a story when they used to be walking the road, they would have to jump in the woods when they hear coming back because they didn't know if Edomite was in it. But think about the Jakes who got caught up with that. That, you know what I'm saying, was buried, man. That's why the scripture goes into, we Cain and Abel, that the Lord was telling Cain that his brother, you know, blood is cry from him from the ground, man. These same spirits that Esau had been killing have been in the spiritual world complaining about the wickedness of this devil, man.
Yeah, we break the Mississippi River, man. You gonna imagine what you're gonna find in there.
The damn reservoir, imagine. The reservoir is man-made right here. So imagine.
No.
Precept brother. Hey, this is 2nd Ezra 15 and 8. I will hold, no, let me start with verse 7. 2nd Ezra 15 and 7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching my wickedness.
And Mosiah said he's not going to be silent anymore, man. You know, because the scriptures also state that although vengeance is not executed speedily, it's fully set up in their heart to do evil and wickedness. And that's the pride of Esau Edom in today's time. But the Mosiah, he's been sitting back and waiting. You know, you watching somebody come in your house and steal, but you know you got a camera set up already. You know what? I'm gonna call him back over here. I'm gonna test this morality, and you just keep letting it build up. He's like, man, look, bro. You came to my house from the stove 5 times. What you gotta say about that? Man, go back, lay down. Whoop, 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 whoop. You know?
Give him a little lesson real quick.
Give him a little lesson real quick, and that's what the Mosiah is waiting for. He's waiting to teach Esau his lesson, man. Because he that toucheth you, toucheth the apple of his Father's eye. Meaning what? The so-called Hispanics, Latinos, Native American Indians, and the so-called Negroes, man. And Esau Edom has touched us and caressed us and harassed us, both physically, spiritually, mentally, and sexually, man.
I mean, the Lord said he was but a little displeased with the ways of Israel, how rebelled we were and all the shit we did, and he let Esau have his way. But the Lord said, you further the affliction, like, nigga, you doing too much. You overkilling it, man. And has he stopped? He's constantly taking it farther and farther and farther, man.
And to prove your point, I did a video a couple months back. You still had plantations owned by Esau. And Jacob's been released from plantations in the fucking 70s. In the 70s. In Louisiana and Mississippi.
Don't be surprised there's still something else. Somewhere ducked out, really don't know no better, staying on one of these dead backwoods, still staying on pastor's little plantation house, man. You know, don't get out much of nothing. You know.
Even will I allow them in those things which they wicked exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cried to me, and the spirits of the just complain continually. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among you. So your blood must be shed. Because you got Israelites in the spiritual realm complaining, you have Israelites here on earth complaining, so you reap what you sow. You reap in blood, you get it back in blood.
Man, how about some of y'all get a headache, man? And spirit, if they could get a headache, man, they head are probably bumping, man. Just hearing all this, man, because just like, no, when you gonna get them? Get them. When you gonna get them? You know, hey, the nation of Israel won't get back, man. Yahweh Shai won't get back. And it's coming.
I think about Ninja Assassin. You seen it? It's been a while, but when they was actually after the dude, you know, they would be whispering.
All trained, good training.
That's how all them prayers are coming to the Most High before His throne, man. Just prayers after prayers of complaints of how this man is doing foolishly and wickedly on earth. So we gonna go.
Hey, this it's like Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Most High came to me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. Verse 3, and say unto it, thus saith Yahweh Bashar Shai, behold, O Mount Seir, I'm against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee. I'll make thee most desolate.
And then Mount Seir is another Bible word for Esau Edom, you know, because he dwelt in Mount Seir. You know?
Verse 4. Verse 4. I will lay that city waste.
So the Most High says he's going to lay that city's waste, you know. So what is he talking about? He's talking about Esau Edom, you know, because the prophet Obadiah prophesied against these people, you know, and we're standing in these last days prophesying against them as well and chanting down their particular strongholds, because now the Most High has removed that veil from the eyes of his people, right? So now we're able to intelligently and spiritually speak through understanding, because we once knew this information once upon a time. Now the Most High has placed it right back inside of us because he's ready to send his only begotten son to come redeem us.
You see, this devil think that the Most High is with him because, you know, he pretty much, I guess you could say, gave that order of protection for Cain, for nobody to deal with him, mess with him. You know, he when Lamech went to his wife telling that he done slayed 2 men and no man has come up against them. You know, pretty much in a nutshell, you know, if Cain was twofold, how much more Lamech? You know, so he really think that he can just do whatever and get away with it, man, and that, you know, no judgment is coming his way, man. But that's just, you know what I'm saying, the Most High putting his devil in a trick bag, man, to what? Build up his pride, you know what I'm saying, make him more prouder than he already is, man.
Back in the scripture, verse 4, I'll lay that city waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know I am Yahweh Bashar Shai. Verse 5, because thou had perpetual hatred, and had shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and in their time of the calamity, and the time of iniquity had ended. Therefore, as I live, said Yahweh Shai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since I had not hated blood, even blood should pursue thee. So like we're saying, since you didn't hate blood, guess what? Since you killed the children of Israel, since everything like people in it, right? They still hanging, they still hanging Jake.
Still got plantations.
They still doing the same shit. It hasn't changed. Like everybody thinks race has ended. Race have not ended.
It's worse.
It's worse.
Yeah.
It's worse. And people don't see, oh, it's better now. No, it's not.
But go to your job.
Yeah.
You got Jacob be doing shit crazy good at their jobs, but can't even get a fucking promotion.
Yeah.
But then you'll bring an Edomite from an outside situation and make up his you'll make up the job title based on his fucking resume and then move him in there. But then you would have Jenkins been there 10 to 15, 20 years and don't even know about the promotion until that Edomite receives the position.
Yeah.
But you tell us, hey, there's no more racism.
Right.
Come on, man.
Let's say it hasn't changed. All right. It ain't gonna change until the Lord come back and destroy y'all. That's it.
bro.
That's on damn that's on that's on that's right. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. It's nothing else.
So like that one time that Jake on that panel with the dreads,
Oh yeah.
he said this is the only solution I can
That's
come
all.
up with.
That's it.
I got it. You got one?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord Yahweh.
And that's why the Most High said to wait ye upon him
Yep.
until he rises up against the prey. You know, because at this particular point in time, the only power and strength and might we have is to speak in the Heavenly Father's word.
Yep.
And being protected under the umbrella of the spirit, the heavens up above. You know, that spirit of protection,
Yep.
that covering. You know, that's all we have. So waiting upon Yahweh Shem Havashah to rise up against the prey is really what we're hastening unto.
That's right.
Because in order for the head to be removed and cut off, right, which is Esau Edom, the Lord has to do that. Because if our rock has sold us and placed us in this particular predicament, he's the only one that can come down the road to buy us back.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, I think that was in second Ezra.
I just saw second Ezra 4 in 28. But ask concerning these things whereof thou asked me, and I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
Yeah, because prophecies had to be fulfilled, man. That's the reason why you had the Roman Empire and all, the Babylonian Empire and all these empires, because at the end of the day, everything had to be fulfilled prior to the uprising of Yahweh Shah. You know? Go ahead.
And I'm gonna say this too, like
Go ahead.
when I doing the Greek, like what's his name? Alexander.
Yeah.
He said when he died, and then before general, then evil multiplied. And then what it's saying, the evil is everywhere now.
Yeah.
Like versus
Yeah, so like you said, if evils multiplied during that time frame, imagine this shit now.
Verse 29.
That's about 3,000 years ago? Would you say? Around that time frame? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 29. And therefore which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot come that is sown with good.
Right, so Yahushua's kingdom cannot exist if Esau's kingdom didn't play out fully. Right? So we had to go through everything to come back full circle again. And what's full circle? Going back into that perfect state in the garden prior to Adam falling out.
And you understand, like you said, that seed, the evil seed, Lord, I get rid of all of them. Like what God told Saul to kill off
Oh yeah.
He didn't do it.
No. He started. What did Saul do? He took their cattle and
Yeah.
shit.
And they king.
And the king.
Yeah.
So when Lord told him to kill them all, but he didn't do it.
Yeah.
And but the Lord gonna do it. Lord gonna do this though.
Yeah.
He gonna take all of them out.
And the reason why, because the Most High ultimately put the spirit on Saul not to
Do it.
do it
Yep.
because this day
This had to happen.
This had to happen. I got one more from this is in the book of Obadiah.
Yeah, because like this place, man, this place just got to go. Man, and look, we don't been damn years and years on tons of years. Hey, we tired. A lot of people tired of it. Look at the world is moving. Man, look at how women came. Our women it's the worst. Like Pastor said, our women are despicable. Man, and that's a sad case, man.
Yeah.
That's a sad fucking case.
And it's not their fault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And look at Jake is despicable.
Yeah.
It's America, man. Because
Yeah.
look, I promise you, if you go to another fucking country that doesn't have the influence of America, And you put those same people in America, you take these people, put them in that other country, they would not act like these so-called Americans. It's Babylon, man. It's that juice. Yeah. Our people got turned out. You know, but like you said, our people, the women despicable, the fucking kids despicable. Hey, these degenerates, these men saying that they're men, they're despicable. But it's under the influence of that great war, man.
Just the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it.
It's not tarrying no more. I mean, like, look, the judgment day is falling upon us, man. I mean, it's like literally right around the corner. I mean, we're in the end day. We're actually in the end of the end, because when you go to Hebrews, the first chapter, it tells you when Yahushua prophesied 2,000 years ago, that was solidified at the end time. Go ahead, man.
Though it tarry, wait for it.
Right, so we're waiting. We're waiting. Go ahead.
Because it will surely come.
Right.
It would not tarry.
Right, and it's coming, and it's no longer tarrying. And how do we know? The prophecies. Go to Matthew the 24th chapter. Right? And you can highlight Matthew the 24th chapter with the current events that's actually happening in the world right now. First and foremost, all praises to Brother Honor, to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.